They say anyone who doesn't want to have tampons in bathrooms is a traitor.
And they can say that on the way to the...
Guillotine?
It's pronounced guillotine, but I would never say that.
Let me ask you, the song Guillotine by It Goes.
Oh, yeah.
Are you one of the guys that's like, oh yeah, it's a good song?
No.
Okay. People, like, for some reason, fetishize that song. And I don't know why.
Because it's death grips.
Yeah, but what is it about that that's, like, good? Is there anything good about death grips specifically?
It makes you feel trendy and cool. That's it.
So just trendy and cool.
Yep.
It's a vibe. It's like having the...
It's like the Yeezys of music.
Anti-Semitism is a serious and rising problem in the country and many other places in the world, especially in the Trump years. We've seen these shootings that have happened at synagogues.
Don't ever roll your eyes at me like that. I swear to God. Yes, it does, you dumb. I'm gonna ban all of you. Let me finish my statements. All of you. Okay. I'm gonna ban all of you. What the fuck are you implying that I was fucking sexually harassing you? I just told you I was gonna kill you, DMs. Write a twit longer about it. I am not scared of any of you crazy fucking women writing any twit longers about me. It has nothing to do with who I'm scared about. Everything I said is true. I'm gonna ban all of you, Jerry. You're a dumb fuck. All of you. All of you. I understand. Fauci and the CDC, they did get some things wrong. And it's really bullshit that, like, some of the media, they have, like, a bias. And I totally understand why you can have, like, a mistrust in government when they act in the ways that they do, when they act kind of smug, when a lot of the politicians and the media seem to be on the same page. I understand the frustration there. And then when you've got other figures like Joe Rogan who are willing to platform voices that are unpopular, platform voices that don't get voiced as much, opinions don't get voiced as much. When you hear these people talk, you have this inclination to trust them a little bit more. I don't believe any of that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate doing that. What I really want to say is, oh, you think these are good drugs? Let's look at the studies. Oh, you're fucking retarded. That's it. You don't have RCTs. You don't have prospective RCTs to support ivermectin drugs. You're a fucking moron. You know what you are? You're so triggered by a 92-year-old fucking limp-dick Fauci going up on TV talking that you're about to eat any fucking pill that a fucking meathead like Joe Rogan will take you. That's what I really want to say. But I can't say that. I have to communicate to you like you're a triggered fucking 5-year-old.
Wait, he loves Lily. That was a big thing. You love Lily!
No, I don't love anybody.
I want my screen. No, it needs to be on me. Where's my auto switcher?
So you like the intro I made for you?
It was all right. Well, for all of you guys who complains that we weren't prepared or ready last week or the week before that or the week before that, I want you to know that for once it's not our fault. Our guest got delayed, okay? So we have a bonus guest. What's your name?
I'm Destiny, bro. How long have we been fucking doing this?
Oh my God, I forgot completely. This guy, YouTuber, debate.
My name's Alex. Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. So this is me taking the cast-offs of Bridges and turning it into something in the meantime. Steven's over there, but what he told me is, I think what he said specifically is, I have to break down some boxes.
You did say that, yeah. Let's break down something.
He had to break down some boxes. So we're waiting for Willie Mac to come in the meantime.
Every single time you do the stream, I'm sat in that corner as an understudy. Just
wait, hold on. AE Studios, can't hear. Whose mic is off? My mic? Are they fucking with me?
Testing.
No, hold on. They may be fucking with one of us.
Oh, are you on his mic?
What? No.
Maybe
what?
It's this one.
I didn't know you plugged the third mic in. Or it's on.
Who was not being heard?
Where's our?
That third mic wasn't on.
Oh, they didn't hear you.
Where's our producer?
That's not important. That's okay.
Did they hear the funny jokes? That
Oh, the producer.
Did they hear the funnies? Did anybody hear the joke?
There is no producer.
They heard you, it was just quiet.
Damn it.
They were very quiet. They still heard you though.
I can do it again.
No, they heard you.
Okay, fine. That's good.
They just thought you had like a mouse voice or something.
That's good.
Okay. So Alex is like
Yeah, our producer Steven is just off camera.
he's like a philosophy debate bro. You're kind of like Rem the Bath Boy if he had a famous YouTube channel.
Well, that depends
Yeah.
on who that is.
He's basically you with a YouTube.
Well, lucky him, I suppose. Does he also have a very sexy mustache?
We've talked about that beforehand. I think that it's probably a little bit some changes you should make there on that one.
You think? What do you think? Chat? Is that what you say? Chat?
Yeah.
Chat, is this true?
There's a joke
Whatever it
that's
is,
very
yeah.
funny, and you might like this one. It's
Hit
not
me.
my joke,
Hit
but
me.
it's from the internet.
I fucking love a good joke.
Okay,
What
you
got?
ready?
Yeah.
Streamers now say chat,
Yeah.
like oligarchs of the olden days of your world used to say guards or mods. You know, mods do this.
Oh, gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an okay joke. Got any others?
I do.
Why did the half-blind man fall in the well?
No idea.
Because he couldn't see that well. Okay, two Catholic priests are driving down the road and they get pulled over by the police.
Okay.
And the police say, "I'm sorry to disturb you, gentlemen. We're out here looking for two child molesters." And the priests go, "We'll do it."
That's funny. That's funny. That's going to get yourself in trouble with the Vatican, though.
I think I'm already in enough trouble with the Vatican as it is.
They're a pretty powerful institution, if you think about it, at the end of the day. They got a lot of real estate. We figured this out last time. You know the number one landholder in the world?
I can guess this.
Yeah.
Is it the Vatican City?
Yeah.
No fucking way. Wow. See, I'm just a trove of knowledge. This is fun, man. This is cool. I've never done something like this before. I'm just here as a filler. I'm the understudy.
Well, no, you did a very serious episode with Bridges before where we talked about, not we, because I'm not there. No
Yeah.
one cares what I have to say. But you talked about stuff, Destiny's moral, whatever. What did he try to convince you of?
What, the first time? Like, that animals don't matter.
Well, no, this time.
Oh, this time that you know, Trump is deranged and you shouldn't have sympathy for people who get shot whilst trying to elect him. Is that roughly right, Stephen?
He's not paying attention. I would say that he's right.
Too busy deconstructing.
No, like he would say, that's right. I agree with that, is what he would say.
Yeah, I find it quite amazing. I don't know. Sympathy is a strong word because it's a stranger that I never met, but I did find it quite insulting the way that Trump was parading his sort of rediscovered faith as a result of that shooting, saying, well, you know, if you don't believe in God, this gives you something to think about. Yes, how grateful his children should be that God redirected those bullets into their dad in order to save God's chosen president, Donald Trump, who, when asked to name a single Bible verse that he liked, could only muster, you know, I think it's a very personal question. They then said, are you more of an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy? He went, I would say probably equal. So, wasn't too sure about that.
The New Testament sounds cooler. Like the Old Testament is like, you can't wear cloth of a different fabric. Like who's going on like that shit, you know? That's too much effort.
Yeah, famously that is the worst and most immoral Old Testament verse
Is
in
it?
that canon. Yeah, it's about as bad as it gets.
How do they, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Super religious people, you've probably talked to them before, right?
A handful.
How do they deal with those contradictions, right? So, for instance, I know like a ton of super religious people, like gay, bad, says so right here in the Bible. That's all you need to know. But then it also says in the Bible right there, same plain as day, like other wild shit, like you can't wear
slavery
fucking
and-
cloth and whatever.
Oh, yeah. That, well, I mean, it's
I don't know, like there's probably a better example. It's
generally accepted that a great deal of the Jewish law no longer applies.
Jewish law.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We made those rules.
Yeah. It's the Hebrew Bible, or as Christians.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hitchens said, as Christians patronizingly call it, the Old Testament.
The old. So in the New Testament, is there any wacky shit?
Yeah, there's some wacky shit.
What's the
There's-
wackiest that no one follows?
There's a point when Jesus comes upon a fig tree and it doesn't have any figs. And so he
Big
curses
problem.
the fig tree, and the fig tree dies because he was sort of upset that it didn't have any figs for him.
Really?
That's pretty wacky, yeah.
No, but like shit they believe. Like
Oh, well...
they're going to point to the New Testament and say, hey, gays are bad. man shall not lie with another man as he does with a woman.
1 Corinthians says that it's a disgrace for women to speak in church, and that if they have a question, they should go home and ask their husbands.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find a lot of these new red pill peoples are going to disagree with that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
What else we got? Something that you find these people are doing themselves.
Oh, gosh. Well, okay, Jesus says, a rich man comes to Jesus and says, Lord, I've followed all of your preachings. I follow the law. And Jesus says, you've done all that, but you've forgotten one thing. Go home, sell all of your possessions.
Oh, yeah. This is like it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than
For a camel to pass through the eye of a needle.
Yeah.
A very strange thing for Christ to say.
You know
a camel to pass through the
You know
eye of a
why?
needle. Uh-huh.
Apparently, the word for rope
Yes.
was very similar to
Exactly
camel.
what I was about to say. It's interesting, right? Like, I heard some discussion about how, like, I don't know, like, that there was the eye of the needle might have been some, like, river crossing or something. But yeah, I think that's the best explanation.
That's
There's a
better.
lot of translation errors in the Bible. You know, Mary allegedly is only a virgin because of a translation error.
Huh.
The prophet Isaiah says, like, that a virgin shall conceive, but he actually uses the Hebrew word alma, which just means young woman of marriageable age, which translated into the Greek, the Septuagint, the Old Testament in Greek, is Parthenos, which means virgin.
Let me ask you this. So you
Sure.
still do any debate broing yourself?
I debate, but I'm not a bro.
You're not a debate bro.
I like debates. I think they're theatre, and I think there's nothing wrong with that.
The best.
But it's only when I'm invited on a third-party platform that I will, debate. Otherwise,
Sure.
I'm just having a nice, fruitful conversation.
You know what I think is a good strategy for debate is
I don't see how I possibly could. I only just met you, after all.
that is true. I'm going to tell you. It was more of a rhetorical thing. Was I was expecting you to say no? Tell me.
No, tell me.
Okay. I think a good strategy would be if you're debating someone who's like super religious, and your goal would be to discredit most of their views. You would find the most extreme thing that they believe in that they would be willing to cop that they believe to. So, for instance, you might find someone who's like super Christian and be like, "So, dinosaurs, they were here with us like not too long ago, right?" And they're going to be like, "Yep." And you're like, "How recently were they with us?" And yeah, I feel like asking questions like those repeatedly during the course of your debate,
Yeah.
even if they're making progress, throws them back, right? So let's say we're having a debate about is it moral to be gay or something along those lines, and we're going into it and be like, well, hold on. So do you think, so people live with dinosaurs, just to be clear, right? If we're back. So do you think any of the dinosaurs were gay? Because the people were living with them there. Do you think that's possible? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
throwing back to the ridiculousness of some of the things that they believe and putting it there puts them at
It depends on the Christian you're talking to, because a lot of
Sure.
Christians...
Well, obviously,
just
but the
believe-
idea is to find the most extreme thing that they believe
Yeah, I mean,
in.
if they're like a young Earth creationist, then sure. I mean, the amount of time dinosaurs spent on Earth. I heard this incredible thing. I can't remember which way round it is. I think it's that a Tyrannosaurus Rex is closer in time to meeting Beyonce than to meeting a Stegosaurus.
Really?
It might be the Stegosaurus in the middle. I think it's the T-Rex. I can't remember, but it's crazy, right? The amount of time that dinosaurs are on the Earth.
I get more weirded out when people are like, we're closer to 2100 than like I don't know, like shit like that fucks me up more.
Yeah, like
I don't like those things.
man,
It makes me feel
it's
super
so
old.
Weird, like
When the planes crashed into the thing, that was farther now than it was to the moon landing at that time.
at that time. Oh fuck!
And
yeah,
I'm
that-
like,
that-
ooh,
that stuff,
I don't like that.
messes
That
me
doesn't
up,
sound
man.
very good at all.
Yeah, it's weird, but I think we live in a strange circumstance where we had the millennium year of 2000 to really like solidify, like 1980 was 20 years ago. I don't think that's just because we're getting old. I think it's because there's something about that year that just like
2000.
locks it in. Yeah.
Well, you know what it was? It was the first year that when you went to a New Year's Eve party, that you could have double zeros. Before that,
Wait,
that
did
was
they have
never
these glasses before the?
You had the
2000s?
two nines, but they weren't the same.
Was it a thing like in,
like 1999?
But
right?
they had the
nines.
glasses were like already a thing before the 2000s. That must have been good for business.
I think
I think someone got in
Opened up a
early.
whole new
They like
industry.
knew what was coming and they thought, let's get ahead of the curve.
Oh, for sure.
Let's be the front runners of the New Year's Eve sunglasses game. And then
Yes.
when it hits 2000, we're in the money. I wouldn't know, of course. I was exactly.
You don't have to say because it'll just make me feel old. They'll just say I was
I
old.
was
enough.
I was what, like eight months old. or something, I think.
You know, it's possible. Let me give you a thing. Unlikely, okay? I will grant you this. Unlikely, but it is possible that I'm your dad.
Yes, it's possible that the quantum vibrations of this glass will cause the glass to spontaneously move a meter to the left without anybody touching it.
No, that's not true because there are things like magnetic force and other forces that would keep the things apart even if they weren't occupying the same space.
Well, there's a non-zero chance that those magnetic forces could stop working in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, but it's more likely
That
I'm
I
your
fucked
dad.
your mom. That we
I'm
both
your
fucked
dad.
your mom at the same time.
That's. I mean, I
you
don't
could be
remember.
both of our children
I
combined.
don't remember it. But like it could have been that like I was drugged when I was 16.
Yes,
and I was taken to the UK, and like they extracted my sperm and put it in your mom for some weird reason.
There's a non-zero possibility.
Do you want to just call me Dad moving forward, just to be safe?
I'd rather not do that, just to evade your
Okay.
your subconscious
Just
insecurity about being older than I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not subconscious. It's very conscious.
I'm
He's very
thinking
conscious
about it a little
of
bit.
Wait, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about being in America?
Me, I have a long list of my least favorite things. I wrote some of them down. I'll find them.
Why would you do this?
Because I was
How
going to
British.
do like a Substack post or something.
Only these fuckers would do that. I don't go to your country and write it down a huge list of all the shit I don't like.
I do.
So
We
Okay,
have a huge
everything.
list of shit we don't like. It's called the Declaration
okay,
of
so,
Independence.
so check this out, right? So
Just a list of the things I tolerate when I'm there.
you guys don't put butter on your sandwiches?
What does that even mean?
It means like in the UK they put just like butter. Like if they have a ham sandwich,
on
they'll just
any
put like
sandwich?
yes.
On any sandwich, the bread, and have you heard the phrase "that was their bread and butter"?
Okay. Would you put butter on peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yes.
Okay. Would you put butter on a tuna fish sandwich?
Maybe.
Would you put-
Probably.
Okay.
Wait, but he would put normal butter and peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Because
Wait, would you do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
because I'm like going to like a deli or something, and they're asking for condiments and something. Like, where's the butter? And people are looking at me like I've lost my mind. So that's one thing. The toilets here, the public toilets, are insane. The gaps in the doors are like an inch thick for like no reason.
We like to compare.
The water is like
We're not
a
shamed.
meter high in the basin. Like
What's a basin?
For what?
You know what a basin is?
The toilet
bowl.
bowl.
Never heard of that. Oh, a toilet bowl. That's what you mean.
toilet
Sorry.
bowl, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like what's that? What's that? Literally, what is that about?
Well, we're big men. We take big shits. We're not little, tiny, dainty
Yeah, but
British
I've never
men. like,
understood. I've never understood.
Oh,
like,
Mr. Toilet. Oh,
Okay,
good to
but, like,
see you,
why is
sir.
the
Do you
wa-
mind if I drop off a delivery?
Why is the
in
water
the
so
post?
damn high? Also, like I totally understand. Like when I came to America, I suddenly understood why like the whole trans bathroom thing was a big debate. Because like I've always sort of thought like, so like whatever. It's a bit. Yeah, it's nice to have like gender specific places. That's kind of cool. But like literally especially in like women's bathrooms, it's like cubicles. Who cares? Come to America and you've got fucking like 3 inches of gap between the door and the door frame. It makes a lot of sense. Like, what is that for? Is it to like stop people doing drugs? Is it security? Like what? Like I literally can't see a reason why that would be the case.
It's possible that you may have gone to a very sex-oriented bathroom without knowing it.
I mean, look.
Did it have holes in the doors that were penis-sized?
They can't have been. They weren't big enough. So I can't imagine what they must have been for.
You should have said they're too possibly big.
I
It would have made sense.
also hate the fact that if I want to go into a pub
What's that?
and buy a drink, the first thing is that you
bar?
don't have pubs. You have Irish pubs, which are just bars
okay.
with like an Irish flag outside.
Gotcha.
I go up and say I'll have a pint. Then they say,
What's
okay,
that?
sure thing.
Is that like a quarter gallon or something?
Yeah, whatever, and they come over and they bring me the pint and they say, do you want to close it out? What the hell do you mean do I want to close it out?
It means are you done drinking? Because you look like a
It's like, no,
a woman.
No, I'm not done
with a
drinking,
mustache.
but I want to pay now because what if like I need to run away?
Well,
What
that's
if
why
I
they're
wanna
asking you.
Pop out get a cigarette or something like.
But if you close the tab, you're less likely to get more alcohol.
But that's okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's exploitative, right? It's exploitative. I don't.
We're
like
all about it.
And
Oh,
then
have you even seen the tips here?
like I don't know. Like you have to. Yeah, you fucking have to print out a physical ticket, which I swear they have like cancerous resins in them.
ticket?
Whatever you have to touch.
Oh, you
And
mean
have to-
a receipt?
And you have to freaking sign the thing and send it back, and you have to tip, and you have to do the thing. A machine asked me to tip it the other day.
No way. Was that at the garage?
At the garage.
Yeah.
I prefer the way that I pronounce that word. I prefer the way that we pronounce
Aluminium?
zebra. No, that's
Herbs?
an easy one, but that's fun. Americans. the thing is, I don't understand it. Like, we have like Apple Pay now. We've got it, right? The
Wow.
technology exists. Why the hell are you make like even in England, like they'll still have like a tip button or whatever. You press the button if you want to tip your 20% or whatever. But like they don't. It literally takes 5 minutes to order a drink. It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous.
In the United States?
Yeah. So I hate that.
Oh.
I hate that.
Well,
We
don't
just-
tip them. Also, you guys had tap way before us, didn't you?
Like we have to like you don't you tip like Uber Eats people and like Ubers and stuff like before
think it's mandatory.
like before the service.
They take it
Yeah,
from you.
you do. It's pretty crazy.
Like I was in a hotel the other day, and I was informed that apparently I'm supposed to leave like 10 or $20 in the hotel room for the maid.
He's gonna think I'm joking, but in America, the real tip is after you finish eating, there's a thing on the machine that says 2%, 3%, 4%. That's the extra tip for if they do a really good job.
That's just. I mean, it's like
I
I refuse to tip for work that hasn't been done yet. Not because I'm happy to tip after the fact. But like, if somebody is a complete arsehole, I don't want to tip. If I've already tipped, I'm like, I will like if it has to be done
Take it back.
beforehand, I will take it back. I'll be like, look, man, I want it back. Because.
you would do that, huh?
But then I must say, when I remember I came to America sometime earlier in the year, and I got off the plane, and there was like a shuttle to the hotel or whatever, and the guy comes up and he's like, "Oh, let me get that for you, sir." I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, that's very nice." He puts it in the van, like, "Oh, it's
Oh,
this one, sir."
no.
And I was like, "Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah, that's great." And then as we're getting out of the van, everyone starts tipping, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's why everyone's being so nice." So I do actually quite like that. I don't mind the tipping thing. I don't mind that it's a thing, but I think
But that's tip rape.
you should tip for good service. You shouldn't not tip for bad service.
Have you ever been like stuck in traffic and a guy like runs up to start cleaning your windshield? You have to
Yeah,
like
but that's different.
aggressively like
That's
get
different.
away from my fucking car, because after they do it, they're gonna say like, "Pay me, I need you to pay
That's
me."
different. 'Cause that's a service that as long as you're like clear on terms beforehand. If someone comes up to me and says, I say I don't have it, it's like those scammers that you get all across Europe where they come up and they say, "Oh, I have a bracelet for you. It's free." You're like, "Oh, it's free." They're like, "Yeah, it's free. It's free." And then they put it on your wrist and then they're like, "Oh, you give me a donation."
There's a lot of things you have to be aware of, especially in Miami. So here, it's an international city. We get a lot of tourists from other places that don't know about tipping. So every restaurant that you do go to here will have the tip included. And then afterwards, as Steven said, after you pay the bill, it's like, "Hey, would you like to include a tip?" The tip is included. I had like a Larry David moment. You know who that is? Larry David?
Yeah, I think I
Famous
know them.
Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm friends with the people who own a restaurant near me, and I was like, you tip is included at 20%.
Yeah.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is that you guys do some wild shit afterwards. On the screen that comes up saying, "Do you want to add a tip?" It's not 1, 2, 3, 5. It's 10, 15, 20. And
Well, they
goddamn.
do a second full tip.
They do a second full tip. And I was like, what you're doing. I don't care because I'm not going to do it. But you're catching some people off guard. And they're like, listen, if they want to do it, that's their thing. And it's like, I can't. And then I was like, listen, if you want to get more tips, let me give you some strategies. Okay, first off, this tip jar that you have right here, there's $1 in there. And they're like, yeah. I was like, that's not very conducive to more tipping. You guys need to think like an entrepreneur. You need to come in here with a fucking handful of dollars already in there. That's like, oh shit, I'm gonna feel stupid if I don't tip.
New employees. That's busking 101. You always start with like.
They acted like I was crazy when I said that to them, like an old man howling at the moon, trying to get them to. Anyways,
It's crap. It's a bunch
tipping.
of crap. Yeah.
Well, it's
But
a way for us to push the burden of paying that employee off of us onto you.
Yeah, but that's oh, man,
There might be some preferential tax treatment actually. I think waitresses and waiters probably prefer tipping over.
You're being morally exploited. You're being morally exploited. You know that people aren't being paid enough, and so you tip because you feel bad.
Let's
that
just to
they're
be
not being paid
clear,
enough.
waitress, all those people make more than the average like fast food worker.
Yeah, I think they all prefer it.
They
And
like
yeah, but there's also this arbitrariness in who you tip and who you don't.
true.
Like,
I always just do 20, and it's not because it's good or bad, sir.
For everything, like
For everything.
Do you tip your UPS delivery guy? Do you tip the Amazon parcel that shows up? Do you leave a 20 on the door?
The people
for that
I
guy?
tip.
Why not?
Restaurants 20%. Why? Because I'm stupid, and 20% is easy to do the math from.
Pick which job you'd least like to have and tip that the highest. Like, is your I don't know, like,
It doesn't work that way.
but it should.
Well, tough shit.
I believe in an America where.
Well, this is our country. You're not allowed to believe in anything.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah, I do have a visa now though, so I've got some say. I
Oh,
suppose.
really?
Yeah.
A lot of
Wait,
us
what
have
visa?
MasterCards. Same
I have
payment
the,
network, you know.
I have the
Discover
the,
Express.
the O1B, I think. Which,
The O1B.
which is known as the
Investor visa.
I'm known as an alien of extraordinary ability.
Good for you.
Isn't that fun?
You're extraordinary.
Yeah, the U.S. government officially recognizes my extraordinary caliber and character. So
Wow.
one day my parents will follow suit, I hope.
Oh, I know another dude who got one of those. Those are actually quite difficult to get. It's like you got to know someone to get those.
Well, they used to be, but now for internet influencers, they just fucking print these things for you guys.
I mean, apparently.
That's right. That's right. Have you guys been to the UK?
Yeah.
What do you hate about my country?
Oh, let's see. The food, the people, the weather,
I didn't mind the food. I went to a place.
the slang, the language,
Well,
the
only
history.
some of those things are actually English.
I had a Sunday roast. It was quite good. I like that. I like the pubs. I like that scene a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
Um,
Have 2 pints.
the
with
weather
lunch.
is
It's nice.
shite.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying sunny Miami right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. The fucking 2 days a year that we're having a hurricane. My bad. It's always gray.
Oh, I hate
and
the
fucking death.
I hate.
Why is the
I hate
suicide
the
rate
weather in
not
the country.
higher in the UK?
I hate the weather in your country.
It should be like 50% every year.
I saw a news presenter break down on television earlier describing the weather
Because
in
they
your
lived in the
country
UK.
right now. So, like, you know,
Yeah, because it's so awesome here all the time.
Yeah.
And he
God
was
gives
shocked.
us-
it's like,
Hardest
okay,
test to its bravest warriors.
in England it rains sometimes. Oh, that sucks. In
No.
America you can die because of the weather sometimes.
You can die because of the weather over there too.
Yeah, but like, come on, man, it's different.
Yeah.
We do get all the crazy weather. Like, you guys don't really get, like, tornadoes or earthquakes
That's what I'm
or
saying, man. It's
hurricanes.
like,
And we
okay,
get, like, fucking everything over here.
Yeah, but they get
Complain about the weather all you like. The weather is boring. I'll give you one thing.
they got the immigration issues.
This
though.
this whole thing going on outside is not boring. It's not boring. English weather is boring, but to complain that it's bad or that it sucks, it's like, hello.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Miami is pretty fucking awesome. Usually, I mean, you're looking out the window right now while we're having a hurricane, but usually it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and you've been to the UK when it's raining, but sometimes it's like all right and possible.
The only funny thing is that for Europe,
What a ringing endorsement. Sometimes it's okay.
they'll get, like, a 45-degree heat wave and, like, half the old population in France will die. So
That's also true. Yeah, we're not built for
You're not built for heat.
the heat. No, but we are in a way. No, Americans are the ones who are not built for the heat because they have the air conditioning thing going on. Hey, look, what we're doing is the talking points thing. We're doing the like, oh, you know, oh, tipping culture is so bad. Oh, British weather is so bad. Oh, you know, like we need to be original. You know, there are people actually watching this conversation. This isn't like this is probably the conversation we'd be having. If
Well, you're
we
like a
just met
debate
anyway.
bro, but you're not
Yeah, so
very good at
debate me.
debating.
Debate me about
Oh,
something.
hold on. We got our actual caller. Hey, you're on. Hold on, you're on the air, so don't say like before when you were doing like the Hitler lyrics or anything. Okay. So what do you want?
It's okay, dude. I'll keep it on for the show. I'll save it for later.
Okay.
I need to know the unit. I don't know if you can.
Whoa, hold on. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Steve will come down and get you right now.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
unironically, the nice thing about the UK, I'll say one nice thing, okay?
Yep.
The island of Great Britain, probably Ireland too, is outside of like London, like outside of the big city, is incredibly beautiful. I drove from Cadreef? No. What's the name of the airport in
Cardiff.
Cardiff?
Cardiff.
Cadreef.
Driving from
It's actually
Cardiff.
pronounced Cadriff.
It's not.
Cardrift.
Driving from there like 2 hours north to there was some hay festival thing or whatever. This is super beautiful. One of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on.
Some hay festival thing.
Where?
I don't know.
No, where did I ask? Go get him. Oh my.
I'm good actually. I kind of want to rant on post maybe. How long do you think I can leave him down there before he starts posting on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm the only one who fucking gets the shit. No, no, stop.
Yeah, you know, Britain's kind of pretty whatever, but America's pretty too. You know? It's whatever, you know. Like, do Brits and Americans ever talk about anything other than how much they like and dislike each other's respective countries? I think not. I think
Well,
not. Therefore, I am not.
Okay. So, I'd like to see more debate stuff on your channel.
Yeah.
As
So
I said, I'm a longtime viewer, and I don't like that you've just been doing interviews.
so debate
like-
me something. Come on.
Well, no, not with me, with
what
someone
have,
else.
What have you got, man? Give me something. Something to work with.
Man, I don't know. Okay. All right. Have you seen the movie Harry Potter?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Station 9 3/4?
Yes, sir.
You know how you can donate $10, right? And like you can save a kid in Africa?
Yep.
Okay. Like, and that's like a real thing. Let's take it for granted that that's a real thing.
Yeah.
You can spend $10 and save a kid in Africa, yeah? Now, I want you to imagine that inside of your house,
Yep.
in the wall, that you have your very own personal, like, portal, like
Yeah.
a station 9 3/4 you can run through, okay?
Yeah.
Now, inside of this portal, okay, there's a dog, okay? Now, this is a magical dog, okay? And every time you have sex with this dog, okay, you get a certain amount of money. And that money, you can choose what you want to do with. Now, the question is, what is the amount that you would go and make love to this animal? How many times a day would you do it? And would you actually be selfish and keep it for yourself, or would you donate it to save children? It's a multi-part question.
Okay, the first comment I have is that have you ever seen the movie Harry Potter? Is like just like not the way to break in that question.
Well, this is kind of like a
like
vibe thing.
I was way over
It's
here,
designed to throw you
and
off.
now I'm like way over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's on purpose.
Well, would I and should I are two different questions.
Well, I think the answer for both has to be yes, because
Well,
if the amount is $1 billion,
Well, that can't be true because you didn't. Well, okay, all right, okay, go ahead.
if the amount that you set is $1 billion,
Yep.
then you're causing huge amounts of suffering by not fucking a dog like 5 times a day.
Sure, but is there like any amount of suffering you'd inflict upon anything as long as the price were high enough?
Well, no, you're causing suffering to happen
Yeah.
by not fucking the dog.
Sure, but like
You're okay with that? So there's no number that you would do it. That you're.
I'm not sure I would be morally obligated to because
I'm not saying you're morally. I'm asking you what the number is. We have a whole thing on our site with every guest, and they've answered what the amount is. the
Oh,
number.
so you can like aggregate it?
Yes.
I would imagine that the average is.
Let's just say
probably-
once a day. No, what you would do. How much would I have to pay you personally?
Is the average like?
I'm not going to tell you what the average is.
Is the average like $80,000?
There's a dude who would do it for like $700 because that's like how much money he needed.
But there are dudes who would pay.
I
to
understand
have
that.
sex with
The
a
average
dog.
is going to be skewed. You personally, magic portal in your wall. All right. How much are we talking about?
I think you're the guests here, man.
Well, think about it.
I think I've got to. I should make.
You're not
space
going
for
to.
you.
There's an actual Wikipedia page on our site where every guest has answered this question. I'm not fucking with you.
There's a Wikipedia page on your site.
Yes.
You have your own.
Are you going to be
Wikipedia.
the one dude who's refused to answer?
You have your own internal Wikipedia. Wait,
For
so
Destiny.
you're asking me how much?
Would it be? Just let's say once a
just
day.
for one. Wait,
One copulation.
Well, like,
per
so
day.
how often am I getting paid?
Every time you do it.
But it's happening once a day because that
You-
affects things. Like if I'm doing it once
You
a
know
day,
what?
and getting paid.
You don't have to do it. Well, that's a new thing. You don't have to do it once a day. It's just the amount that you would do it. You can come back a second time if you want to.
Well, I mean,
But also, don't give me a bullshit number and say $1 trillion, because if I say, well, you do it for 800 billion, you would do it.
I'm. Gosh, would I? I mean, yeah, okay, I probably would. I don't think I should. Maybe I shouldn't. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking. Yeah, actually, I think that probably averages out to about 80,000.
I'm not asking you what the average is. I'm asking you what your number is.
Is the tip included?
It can be if we're in the UK. I guess actually the tip is always included.
I think, man, gosh. No, part of me wants to say I would never because I like to be a deontologist, and if something's wrong,
The dog's into it, by the way. We're not talking about dark dogwarts.
Oh, so it's just like a disgust thing?
Well, it's a shame thing for yourself, for your mental. No one knows about it, by the way.
Oh,
Just
no
you
one
and the
knows
dog.
about it.
It's a magical
But
dog.
the dog knows about it. But the dog.
It's a magical dog that ceased
But
to
the
exist.
dog's into it.
The dog is into it. We haven't talked about dark dog warts. There's no page for that.
$20.
You're serious?
No. I don't know. Like, how much is a? I would probably. I mean, if the dog's man. Oh gosh, bloody hell. I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't. Look, am I saying no to like 200 million? No. Am I saying yes to $5? No. So it's somewhere in that range.
That's not really a good answer. $10 million?
In cash?
Yep. A tax paid.
Yeah, fine. $10 million.
What about $9 million?
Yeah.
What about $1 million?
No.
2?
No.
5.
Yes.
Are you doing dog wards?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. Interesting. Now, okay, let's set. I'm not gonna make you go down.
4,600,000.
Okay.
528.
So that's one time. Are you going back every day?
29. I think whatever the figure would
Like, let's
be,
say, so let's set it at that amount.
I think whatever the figure would be, the amount per day would decrease on a sort of logarithmic scale.
Because you would get used to it.
Because
You know there's another dog
I get used to it, and so would the dog.
You know, yeah. You know there's another dogwarts? It's called dark dogwarts.
Oh dear.
You know what's the difference between dogwarts and dark dogwarts?
I think I can guess.
Dog is not into it. Now, what's the number there? Now, remember that all the money that you make goes to saving lives.
Look, not to be crass, but there is a. Man, I want to say that I would
Never do it?
The price of moral grandstanding on this issue, let alone the actual morality of it, is probably worth any fee. Especially as a bit of a public figure, I think it would be pretty deleterious to my
I
reputation.
don't know. I mean, you could solve the entire Gaza
I know.
conflict.
I'm being serious.
You could have $1 trillion.
I'm not
You could solve hunger.
I'm not sure I could live with it.
You couldn't live with fucking a dog.
I'm not sure I could live with it.
To stop human suffering.
I'm not sure I could live with it because the thing is, once you start morally blackmailing people in this way, you begin to negotiate with terrorists.
Well, yes, that
you
is what
begin
we're
to
doing.
say, "Oh no, I'm okay with torture because it will save this many people from being the victims of terrorist."
Well, torture
attacks."
doesn't actually work, though, right?
Yeah, but suppose that it did.
Then it would be awesome, and everyone would be doing it.
Well, everyone's doing it anyway.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest.
It's
I
more
feel like torture.
No,
would
actually,
work.
actually, fuck you. I'm not doing it because it's moral blackmail.
So you won't fuck the dog?
No,
even
because-
the one that wants it.
It's moral blackmail.
Okay.
What you're doing is you're opening up a dangerous door to say that as long as I can price
It's a
you
portal,
out,
not
or
a
price
door.
you in, as long as I can price you in, I can get you to do anything that I want to. Here's the thing,
Well, no,
right?
the dog's into it.
Here's the thing.
You're into it.
Suppose, imagine a world where people are being, or think of the world in which people are being exploited for money. Think about like the pornography industry. Think about things like stupid reality TV, like
Listen.
like Big Brother and stuff.
You know what?
It starts with a very simple analysis where someone says, "Hey, look, man, everyone's contenting, everyone's into it. You make some money. What's to lose?" It's like fine, but if you start giving into that worldview, you start allowing yourself to indulge in the idea that as long as everyone's kind of
All
cool
right,
with it and
let
they're
me
making some
stop
money,
you
it's
here.
fine. You end up with a world where people are addicted to pornography, and pornography becomes this disgusting, horrible monster.
I'm gonna stop you here.
Pornhub,
There's a very good moral high ground.
not long ago, Pornhub deleted.
You're fucking a dog for 100K, aren't you? when brass tacks comes down at the end of the day.
Speaking of Pornhub,
Yeah.
they a few years ago had a scandal where a lot of their videos were unverified. So there was a lot of unconsensual sex.
Oh my god.
All right, listen.
Hold on. It's the Chris Williamson thing. Is he anti-porn?
I have no idea, actually.
He's a part of that community. They're very anti-porn.
I don't know if Chris would be anti-porn.
All right, we need to trade you out. Listen,
It's probably anti-porn from.
you already had a whole Bridges episode. You're a very serious guy. You fucked your career up. Why would you even answer this
I'm
question?
leaving anyway. Because
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you say that's disgusting? I'm not answering that.
the anti-porn movement has been co-opted by people who think that porn is mostly bad
You're
for
next.
men.
Don't laugh.
Hey, wait, hold on. I have a serious.
It's not mostly bad for men. It's mostly bad for women. Anybody who says that we should get rid of porn, awesome, yeah, great, very big cause. If they say,
Yeah,
because
all those
look at the-
OnlyFans girls that are like, God, I hate
Look at-
making
look at the effect-
$50,000 a month selling pictures of
look at
my
the- look at the
fucking
effect it's
toes
having
or
on
whatever.
men. Look at the effects that it's having on men. Look at the effect it's having on women.
Yeah, such horrible effects.
I'm-
True, that's where the right comes from. Listen, here's what you here's the killer question. Okay, are you ready? I thought of
Make
this.
yourself a drink there.
All
by
right,
the way.
I'm about to destroy you. Okay,
In the freezer is the alcohol.
Hit me.
isn't that water?
No.
No, it's gin.
Wait, is that gin?
It's gin. Yeah. Do you want some?
And tonic.
I don't believe you. I can't
then
drink after
that's probably
British
the
people.
only-
Hey, I tell you
No,
what. Take a risk. Down it.
No.
If you don't believe me,
He
I
says
would.
the
Damn.
N-word.
But no.
Super
Listen,
fast.
okay, here's a question.
if you-
I'm not done that. Okay, here's a question. Okay, ready? Okay. Do you know anything about declawing cats?
about what?
Declawing
Declawing
cats.
I don't know much more than the next man.
Which is to say,
about it.
you know very little because I'm the next man and I know a tremendous
What
amount
about
of
it?
decline.
Okay, declawing. Do you think
horrible.
declawing cats is immoral?
I think it depends on the circumstance, right?
No.
You're just. Most people have very strong opinions about this, and then my
Oh,
question.
but okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cruel.
yes,
you're
yes,
like
to me,
cutting
it's
off like
terrible,
the last
awful,
knuckle. It's terrible.
disgusting. I want to throw up
How
my
do we
mouth
live in a
just thinking
world
about
where we
it.
justify declawing cats as being like evil, or we don't justify that? We say that's a horrible thing, but you can chop their balls off.
Yeah, and you can also force analogous creatures.
You know,
into
I'm gonna
gas
get her a
chambers
drink,
because you
too.
think they taste nice.
You can what?
You can force them into gas chambers because they taste nice.
cats?
Analogous creatures.
Oh, you think that cows and pigs are analogous to cats?
Yes.
Okay, well, cats are much cuter.
Yeah. It depends on the breed of cat. Like, what about those horrible, ugly, you know, the skinless ones? What are they called?
Oh, those cats could be eaten for
Would
sure.
you eat one of those?
Like on principle.
Would you eat a cat?
I'll try anything. Like, if I wouldn't eat a cat, it's just because it would look gross, but not like on principle. Like, I might have to eat it just to prove that I would eat it.
Oh, I see. Like as a point of
Yeah.
as a hill to
stand on.
to win on.
Yeah, to fight from.
That's one of my favorite little. I love a good subversion. One of my favorites is I will win on this hill. That's my favorite little.
I
thing to
like
say.
that.
Yeah.
I've won on a
Or,
lot of hills. I'm going to remember that.
I will die on this fence.
Or an old fashioned.
Ooh, that's
Like if you're sort of like I'm sort of violently agnostic about God's existence, and I'm sort of I recently stumbled on this. I'm like I don't have an opinion, but I will die on this fence. It's sort of a.
When you say agnostic, what do you mean? Like can't have knowledge about it, or you
no
just like are an
knowledge.
undecided fucking loser?
I think one cannot have knowledge of the kind that is exemplified in your empiricist rationalist.
Okay, that's
worldview,
fine. That's a good agnostic position.
including me.
Okay.
You don't believe in God, do you?
Fuck no.
Whoa!
What an absolutely ridiculous question.
Whoa! What do you mean by God when you say I don't believe in God? Like, what's the referent of the word God there?
Wow, what a deep theory of language question.
like-
Any type of like metaphysical, but the problem is that
Like, what do you mean you?
yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
The real issue, the real meme you run into is like a physicalist, materialist, atheist kind of person is that technically you are so you've kind of like circularly bought into the idea of no God. That I think that like anything metaphysical existing is almost tautologically impossible, because when you ask an atheist, or you ask me, well, how do you prove the existence of a metaphysical thing? I say, well, is there some way I can measure it? But the second you can measure or capture anything, it becomes
God is not.
What's the harm? Like, really?
yeah. But if he exists
Okay.
outside of any qualia, any sort of like sensory perception, any sort of like testing, then how do you even?
No, because God is being itself. So God
Oh,
is.
God, cringe.
So you know when what's that park in like? Is it in California?
South Park.
Yellowstone.
Oh.
Yellowstone. Yellowstone for years was exhibiting signs of volcanic activity, and scientists spent decades trying to find the volcano. They were looking around Yellowstone Park. They're like, we see volcanic activity.
Yep.
Where's the volcano? They're searching through Yellowstone, trying to find the volcano for years. They can't find it. They're like, what the fuck? We can't find the volcano. We see all the volcanic activity. We can't find it. They're searching for the volcano.
Okay.
Go fucking.
Wait, he's finishing. Last thought.
They finally realize they're looking for the volcano everywhere, and then at some point they suddenly realize it dawns on them. The park
The
is
Aristocats.
the volcano. The whole thing is the volcano. That is analogous to us looking around the fucking world. Where's God? Is he under this fucking thing? Is he in the microscope? Oh, like, is he going to be at the
Yeah,
end? of
I
the
understand. That's
No.
real deep. Yeah, it's
That,
like the
my
yeah.
friend,
I've heard
that, my friend. You are looking.
No, that's
you
cringe.
are looking for the volcano.
Yes,
in
if you want to
Yellowstone.
redefine God as being the entire universe, then I guess I believe in God.
you
Congratulations.
want to redefine God to be something other than.
No, definitionally winning
So,
that and
you.
saying,
With that,
yeah, cringe,
with that,
so
with that
cringe. Yeah, with
Thomistic
that,
point.
Off to the bongerland. Bong,
outta
get
here.
the bong out of here.
You're gonna miss your flight.
I might miss my flight entirely because of your shit weather. It keeps cancelling my flights.
Sorry
I've had
about that.
3 flights cancelled so far, and we're the ones with the shit weather. Yeah, okay.
Why am I?
shit
Why
weather.
are y'all so cut off? Why am I zoomed in? What'd you do to me? Like,
Press the funky button.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It was nice to meet you.
It was great meeting you.
It was a pleasure. I've had so much fun.
Yeah.
oh, this is about to have a fucking 180 now. Hey, all you fucking dipshits out there, okay? You parasocial fucking losers. They're like, no, don't treat him like that or anything else. You better knock it the fuck off. You don't know what's going on. All right?
Are they saying nice things about me?
No, they say that you fucking suck and they hate you.
Having an autism moment. Don't worry, you're good.
That is ableist.
He's hating on you.
Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. I don't know why you even.
They enjoy you. They're upset. You know what? Why don't you guys, once you say instead, say, fuck you, Willie. We don't want you. Hey, yeah, you guys don't want to do that, do
I
you?
do?
Yeah, exactly. Say that.
is-
Say, fuck off, Willie. We want Alex. Go ahead. None of them are going to say that.
You're obsessed with drugs.
Me? I'm afraid of drugs. Oh, the audience. See? Look, they're saying, fuck off, Willie. They hate you. Not a good way
This
to
is a psychotic setup. You guys have the comments right here. You guys
Yeah.
actually.
That's real time.
Bro, I don't want to read this shit.
This is real time engagement. They
Fuck
hate you.
off, Dan. See?
I'm being turfed out. I'm being turfed out, everybody.
You can stay.
No.
But you have to watch
I can-
what do you call the girls
That, by the way,
and the tour bus? Groupies.
that's my favorite.
We
thing.
could share the chair. You
That's,
can
that's
just.
my favorite thing to hear in
half-ass
any
it.
kind of social or professional situation
Is what?
you can stay, like if you want.
No, you can
Like,
stay.
hey,
You
yeah,
could stay.
sure,
You
bro.
can sit over there and make funny comments.
Fine.
No, not really.
Okay, I'm gonna restart the stream. Okay.
Oh yeah, this wasn't the real episode. We got to do a new one. Hey, nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, I saw you guys titled the
Right
stream,
here.
and it wasn't
Boom.
even how you spell my name.
Dan typed it.
I actually didn't type it.
You don't even. You
Use
fly
the
a guest
image.
out here during a hurricane. I thought you were trying to have me killed,
Yeah.
and my name's not even spelled right. Unbelievable.
Let me know when you're 100% for sure that those.
And then you give me this fruity drink.
Well, that's free. I didn't charge you for that. That's on the house.
Thank you.
No big deal.
Okay, say goodbye.
Bye. It was great coming on, guys.
No, you said goodbye. Alex already said goodbye.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.